Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
New York's Regents exams are once again being canceled by the State Department of Education. The department cited concerns about safety and equity in administering the exams during a pandemic. Big Fox's Matt Kleindienst joins us now with how this will impact local students and faculty.
Good evening, Ann. January exams are off the table for students, meaning that modifications are needed so students meet the graduation requirements. For the second year in a row, January's Regents exams will not be administered to students in New York. With COVID cases continuing to surge throughout the state, the Department of Education stated that tests could not be administered safely or equitably.
We applaud them for taking a look right now in the current time to make the decision that's right for students and for educators.
Jolene DeBrango with the New York State United Teachers Union says the decision will take away the stress of the exam for students and allow for teachers to continue providing educational and emotional support.
The State Education Department recognizes all of their hard work in trying to ensure that students receive not only the academic learning that they need, but also the social and emotional support that they need during this really unusual year.
The Department of Education will ask the Board of Regents to make modifications to the assessment requirements for students to graduate.
For example, if a student is enrolled in a course and they will receive credit for that course, they will be able to use that toward graduation.
The state will be issuing further guidance to students and faculty in January. A decision has not been made on the August Regent exams. Matt Kleindienst, Big Fox, WYDC in Corning.
With just days until Christmas, President Biden talks holiday travel and what Americans need to keep in mind as COVID cases surge across the country. Madeline Rivera is in Washington with more.
As holiday travel picks up, people are once again facing the possibility of delays, except this time it's because of COVID testing.
Well, our flight's in a couple of hours, but the queue's so long, we're just hoping that it is negative. If it's not, we don't know what we're going to do. So it does make us anxious.
The country is struggling with a shortage of COVID tests as cases driven by the Omicron variant surge. The White House is continuing to promote the president's strategy, which includes deploying troops to hospitals, setting up more vaccination sites, and distributing 500 million at-home COVID tests for free. But the Biden administration admits there is room for improvement.
We're not where we need to be, and that's why he made the significant announcement so we can build rapidly to get hopefully to where we need to be.
Still, the CDC says it was preparing for the potential of the virus to quickly spread.
This is exactly what we anticipated, and it is why the president has been moving forward.
However, some are criticizing the president for not taking action earlier.
Unfortunately, that as we enter the third year of this pandemic, our nation still hasn't developed the private-public partnerships required to give our nation the testing that we need.
And with Christmas just 3 days away, President Biden says Americans can still go ahead with their holiday plans if they've been vaccinated, particularly if they've gotten their booster shot. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
The first at-home pill to treat COVID-19 has been authorized for use by the FDA. The drug, known as Paxlovid, is manufactured by Pfizer and could be a faster and cheaper way to treat early infections, just as hospitals brace for a wave of cases from the Omicron variant. The pill is for those 12 and older and reportedly cuts hospitalization and deaths by 90% among patients most likely to get severely sick. Initial supplies of the drug are expected to be limited. The U.S. is now reporting more than 140,000 new COVID infections daily. Today, Chemung County Executive Chris Moss announced that masks will be distributed throughout the county. Chemung County will be teaming up with the Office of Civil Defense to distribute KN95 masks to residents, grocery stores, churches, libraries, and community-based organizations. Anyone who wants a mask can submit a request on the Chemung County website. The Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York reduced the number of visitors allowed inside by half due to an increase of COVID-19 cases in New York. Around 10,000 visitors a day will now be admitted to view the exhibitions. The museum usually admits about 20,000 guests during the busy holiday season. The Met will also discontinue food services until further notice, and they've asked much of their employees to work from home. A Christmas tree dedicated to victims of suicide was vandalized on Tuesday. The tree was put up in Aldridge Park in Elmira by the Smile Through the Storm's Suicide Survivor Support Group. Yesterday, the tree was found with its angel ornaments broken, its lights cut off, and the tree dragged near the water. The tree has since been put back in place. The group hopes the securely planted tree can be decorated by group members and suicide survivors in the future. A closer look tonight at the Pentagon's new guidelines for dealing with what it considers extremism in the U.S. military. Jennifer Griffin has the details.
The 21-page report on handling protest, extremist, and criminal gang activities among members of the armed forces recommends the Defense Department revise its recruiting, screening, and transition materials and strengthen its vetting and insider threat programs. Some Republicans fear this is a political witch hunt designed to trample the First Amendment rights of the troops.
I do worry about what this Department of Defense, with Joe Biden as the commander-in-chief, might do to try to influence the opinions of conservatives in the military. At the same time, when you sign up for our military, you sign away some of your First Amendment rights. You sign up to defend the country. You don't sign up to become a TikTok influencer or a social media star.
Under this guidance, service members are not disqualified from membership in a group like the KKK. And the new social media policy focuses on liking posts that call for violence, discrimination, or the overthrow of the government.
This isn't about political leanings or partisan inclinations. It's about activity. It's about prohibited extremist activity.
The Pentagon would not give a breakdown of the 100 extremists identified during the past year out of more than 2 million active duty service members.
Were they all members of sort of groups that you might consider white supremacist groups, or were there also some who may have been present at a Black Lives Matter protest? What is the breakdown of the types of activity that you saw?
These were individuals that were substantiated allegations of participating in extremist activity.
It's not the first time the Pentagon has been asked to address extremism in its ranks. The Trump administration presented a report to Congress months before January 6 about how to better screen recruits with ties to domestic extremism, following several high-profile cases of active duty troops being involved with neo-Nazi and white supremacist groups like the Atom Waffen. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Still ahead tonight, a California boy's dreams have come true thanks to law enforcement and the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I couldn't have asked for anything more. Like, it was incredible. He was so happy. I've never seen him this happy. He's just absolutely in love with it.
More on this special state-of-the-art custom-made gift he received just in time for the holidays.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Welcome back. This weather forecast is being brought to you by William Mattar. Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Monica McNeil in for Kim Walker. As we get closer to the weekend, we're going to begin to experience some very unsettling weather out there. Our weather headline for the next few days, storm system will show up on Christmas Eve, and we're looking to see a rain and snow mix. A wintry mix is possible for Christmas Day. We could even throw in some freezing rain on Christmas Day. And that storm system, we could see another storm system because, again, weather's very unsettled, so it'll be one storm after another, lingering into Sunday. Here's the beginning of what we're talking about. We've got this trough of low pressure that is going to be tracking off toward the east, tapping into some of that moisture over the lake. That's going to produce some lake effect snow for us late on Thursday going into Friday. Another very important component is we're starting to see the return of moisture. So we're dry now, but as we get into Friday, you see how those numbers begin to increase. The bigger this number, the more moisture, and that is what's needed to fuel some of these storms. So definitely by Saturday, Christmas Day, that is some higher numbers. We're in the upper 30s. So that's adequate amount of moisture to get some heavy snow showers out there, and even, depending on our temperature, some rain. Here's a look at our future radar. Will remain relatively quiet for us tonight as we take a look at what's happening, but as we move into the day on Thursday looks good. We'll keep the day quiet and we'll keep the day dry. By about 7 o'clock in the morning, we're good. Some weak disturbances moving through, but we began to see the clouds developing, and you can see that band of clouds as it rolls in, increasing that moisture. The next disturbance will be moving in, and you see that big blob of snow showers that will be moving in for your day on Friday. So again, we talked about this. We'll see a series of systems, one after another, moving in. In the meanwhile, for tonight, we're down to about 21 degrees. Nice day on Thursday. It's going to be a little bit nippy out there, right around 36. Let's take a look at that extended forecast for you. Mostly clear skies for us tonight. 21 is going to be the low. And over the next several days, this is what you can expect. We're looking at a sunny day for Thursday. Storm system moves in Thursday night. We'll see a chance of rain and snow showers for Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas Day, we could see a wintry mix. And our temperatures will be pretty mild. So any frozen precipitation will quickly switch over to just straight rain.
A local boy's dreams have come true thanks to members of law enforcement in California and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, along with several other groups. Eton Wallace was there when the little boy got to ride his brand new scooter for the very first time.
All right. Are these a break? For 10-year-old Devin Wade, today was literally a dream come true. The Christmas gift he's always wanted, this state-of-the-art custom-made police scooter with real flashing lights and blaring sirens, is now his forever.
Devin, what do you think about this?
Okay.
Good job. Don't run people over.
Throughout his life, Devin has faced health challenges as he battles a genetic disorder, but he has not let that define him. Instead, he let his dream set his destiny, a destiny he hopes will take him into law enforcement one day.
The bike.
How about all of it?
Yeah.
All these nice people coming out of their way to do this for you?
Yeah.
This new ride made possible thanks to a partnership between the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, Napa Auto Parts, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Just take a look at how happy Devin looks with his brand new bike. His parents say this will make a lasting impact in his life.
I couldn't have asked for anything more. Like, it was incredible. He was so happy. I've never seen him this happy. He's just absolutely in love with it.
It's amazing. I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, I'm overwhelmed with emotions right now, but I mean, amazing people.
The journey to this moment began in June when Devin's classmates at Herman Lineback Elementary School in Sacramento put on this Hope Patrol parade where Devin learned his wish would be granted.
The box is right here for him.
In addition to the bike, Devin also received a custom polo shirt and badge from the Sheriff's Office. Make-A-Wish saying this is one of the most unique wishes they have ever granted.
We've seen a lot, but it's really neat to see smiles on faces like Devin's today when his wish comes true.
I know. A wish come true giving this future police officer a very Merry Christmas.
An animal shelter overseas is taking children's toys, cars, and bikes and turning them into mobility devices for handicapped animals. Marianne Rafferty has more.
Christmas is right around the corner, but over in the Gaza Strip, toys aren't just for kids, as some special do-gooders are reimagining how something meant for a child can benefit an animal in need. Members of the Solala Animal Rescue Society are taking apart bikes and toy cars and using the pieces to build mobility devices for disabled animals.
We upcycled a children's toy car into a wheel for the cat to move easily.
From makeshift wheelchairs to prosthetic legs, these contraptions are helping dozens of stray dogs and cats receive a better quality of life.
In the Animal Rescue Society, there are 12 dogs without legs. Almost half of them are paralyzed. We also have 20 paralyzed and amputated cats.
Some animals, like this dog named Lucy, were paralyzed in tragic car accidents. Others were hurt as a result of the bombings between Hamas fighters and Israeli troops in the area.
There were many cases after the war that were brought to our shelter, either paralyzed or amputated.
And while it takes a couple of volunteers to help harness up these lovable critters, once they're strapped in, there's no slowing them down. This heartfelt initiative was all born out of necessity, with Gaza having no animal medical center specializing in prosthetics. Still, volunteers say their hope is to expand this operation to help even more animals.
Pent-up demand for ski season could mean higher costs for those looking to hit the slopes, especially with a surge in COVID cases, creating more of a need for outdoor winter activities. CJ Papa has more.
Demand for ski vacations this winter is heating up. Folks are now cashing in on canceled trips from last year. Plus, people who didn't feel safe traveling last winter has led to pent-up demand and less availability.
That may mean higher prices as the ski industry tries to recoup some of its losses.
Travel experts say to target mid-January for the best prices.
Things like school vacation weeks, any kind of holiday week is going to be the busiest time at pretty much every ski resort in America.
Meanwhile, staffing continues to be a challenge at many ski resorts.
For the most part, that's going to look a little bit like a longer time at a restaurant or something at your favorite hotel, maybe feeling slightly off. If you're booking lessons for yourself or for your children, you want to book those lessons very, very early or risk being shut out.
Some resorts like Deer Valley in Utah are still limiting ticket sales.
During Christmas week, during President's Week, all the busy times typically for the ski industry, buy early, plan ahead, and ensure that you can get a good lift ticket.
And check the latest COVID protocols before you arrive. Last year, social distancing on ski lifts and masking, even outdoors, was the new normal. Now, lifts are generally running at full capacity, and outdoor masking is rare. Indoors is a different story.
Vail Resorts, which is one of the largest ski operators in the world, it owns 34 resorts, is requiring all guests 12 and older to be vaccinated to dine indoors. And it also requires all of its employees to be vaccinated.
A centuries-old ring inscribed with a Christian symbol for Jesus is found in a shipwreck off the Holy Land. The gold and green gemstone ring recovered in an ancient shipwreck off Israel is on display in Jerusalem. It's engraved with the figure of a young shepherd boy with a ram or sheep on his shoulders.
So what we see depicted on the gemstone, engraved on the gemstone, is an image of the Good Shepherd. Now, the Good Shepherd was one of the earliest Christian symbols used by the Christian community in the East.
The ring was recovered among a treasure trove of silver and bronze coins in the Mediterranean waters. The Israel Antiquities Authority says the haul also included a bronze eagle figurine, bells to ward off evil spirits, and pottery. Candy canes have become one of the most recognizable symbols of Christmas time. But have you ever heard the story behind them? Some historical reports say candy canes were actually created in the 1600s to prevent a group of kids from being unruly. A German choir master, take two, 3, 2, 1. A German choir master handed out sugar sticks to keep the kids quiet during a Christmas ceremony, and he then bent them into what were called shepherd's crooks. Still looking for a Christmas gift for the car lover in your life? Some of the top car makers in the U.S. are getting into the holiday spirit with gift ideas. Chevy drivers can slow down this Christmas and cuddle up with the Chevrolet Sassafras Sloth plush toy. Bit of a tongue twister there. Ford wants to keep you warm with this ugly sweater. This year's make and model features the iconic Ford colors, blue and white, with "Oh, what fun it is to drive" embroidered on it. Tesla is embracing its new Texas home by making a signature belt buckle with its logo on it, and Dodge wants to get you outside with its Hellcat-themed cornhole game. Well, it sounds like an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide this time. Doritos is introducing new chips that roll 2 hit flavors into one. We're talking about Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Doritos. Yes, it's a thing. Shoppers can find the newest Dorito blend on store shelves now, with bags costing anywhere from $2 to $4. We want to leave you with a smile tonight, and as we take you on a tour of some of the most captivating ice sculptures frosting up across the country, venture to the snowy landscape of New Hampshire for the Enchanted Forest Walk in North Woodstock. The hand-constructed display includes tunnels, caves, and slides, all made out of ice. Marvel in the hidden talent of ice sculptor at Breckenridge's International Snow Sculpture Championships in Colorado, and head to Saranac Lake, New York to marvel at the Winter Ice Palace created every year by volunteers for the Winter Carnival. And then chill out from the Christmas stress at Rockport, Maine's Somerset Glacier Ice Bar and Lounge.